What's going on, y'all? It's Dewan HODL's Monday. Labor Day weekend is in full effect here in the States. People are, it's a holiday for most people here. And so I'm taking the time out to head to the store and get more bottled water. Not plastic, but glass bottled water. And I wanted to talk about something that I'm noticing with many of the participants in the cryptocurrency investing space, and that is regards to the idea that people have missed out on Bitcoin. And I'm hearing this more than ever amongst the crypto investors. It could be disingenuous, I will lay that out. It could be just a cop-out for saying, hey, I'd rather just speculate on unit bias, right? Because there's coins that are less than $1 that I'd rather put my money into to feel like I have a good chance of wealth to, to align with my cognitive dissonance that I believe that Bitcoin I missed out on because Bitcoin is too expensive and I can just acquire a lot of small cap tokens and maybe they can do what Bitcoin did, or they genuinely believe they did miss out on Bitcoin and that because they are looking, again, they're coming from a mindset of unit bias. I should have bought it when it was $1, $3, $10. I could have got as many of them as possible, and okay, so I missed the move. And I asked these very people, I really want to raise the question to these very people: how will you go on to explain this to your children or grandchildren when they become of age of understanding? How would you be able to address your line of thinking, your logic about you missing out on Bitcoin in 2023 under $25,000, while it was under $25,000 for nearly 8 months, and you worked your ass off day to day, you struggled day to day, you worried, you went through C-19, whatever, pandemic mandatory measures, and all you have to show for is CBDC or some digital currency gains, because likely these tokens won't be around by the time that your children or grandchildren become of age, and you ended up with minuscule amounts of Bitcoin because you were playing the let me see how much I can get in fiat first and hope that it'll be enough for me to acquire enough Bitcoin. After the BlackRocks and the large institutions and big boys set up the rails and they brought in copious amounts of capital into the asset Bitcoin, which will basically only leave you with crumbs, because you decided to take a chance because you felt like you missed out on Bitcoin. You missed the move, from what I'm hearing from these guys. They missed the move. I think that it could come out of arrogance or ignorance. It's only the two. Why do I say that? Because arrogance would say that you believe that you are smarter and more enlightened about the subject of Bitcoin and markets than, say, the likes of Michael Saylor, Larry Fink, Fidelity, Valkyrie, Vanguard, Goldman Sachs. You believe, and I actually heard it from, I haven't heard it, but I seen one guy type on a message board, a cryptocurrency message board, saying that, oh yeah, those guys they're late. They're late. These guys are late, but somehow you are late, you aren't late, but they're late, right? So that's why I see the arrogance. The ignorance comes from maybe these guys don't understand what, how our financial system globally is, how much debt, first of all, is out there. And then secondly, how much global financial assets are out there as well. And also how much available capital is out there with investors and like big, large hedge funds, pensions, these corporations. They have a cash reserve. They don't know about a balance sheet, right? And then they don't understand that this amount of money that's out there to go into assets cannot be rivaled at all. Can't be rivaled. I mean, there's so much money out there. We're talking in the trillions. We're talking about trillions and trillions. Where only if a fraction of what is available out there, not even a percentage of what goes out there, can go into Bitcoin, which it is being set up to do with these types of financial vehicles that's being created for these guys to participate in, that will require them to actually buy the physical asset underneath it, Bitcoin. If people only understood this, then maybe that would clear up their understanding of why it is asinine to believe that when they say that they've missed the move. So, again, you either believe that you're smarter than these guys who are getting ready to come in and kick in the door in a major way. I talked about how last year when I was in Mexico, I talked about how the Aladdin software that BlackRock was adopting, which allows them to have a portal for asset managing with Coinbase as the custodian, how that was a big deal because that was going to allow their clients to have an interface to see their investable Bitcoin. And I knew then that something was going to be serious. And that was near that was probably at the kickoff of the bear market when that news came out. Now at the bottom, in my opinion, of this bear, where we've now entered into accumulation, you see BlackRock is currently applying for ETFs because they've already been acquiring, and they're going to open up these financial tools and products for the investable assets that they manage to pour in copious amounts. And when you look at the market cap of Bitcoin, if you're talking about, you hear people agreeing that we may see a $15 trillion market cap in the cryptocurrency market. Okay, we'll play that game, cryptocurrency market. Then you would have to realize that it's going into Bitcoin, obviously, and I believe that Bitcoin its dominance will go to 90% dominance. So you can say out of 15 trillion, 12 will belong to Bitcoin. 10 to 12. So in my opinion. And so when you say that you missed it, I want you to look at the entire landscape, maybe study how markets work, study what use case Bitcoin actually solves, the significance of its use case. And so you won't have to look like a complete jackass in front of your children and your grandchildren when they're old enough to realize that there are people out here that are they're thriving in unimaginable ways because they have acquired a sufficient amount of an asset when we were in an age where you were able to only just buy it with dollars or fiat under the price of 25K. Let me know what you think. 10 minutes is up. Talk to y'all later.